Cinema Classics is brought to you by the Gateway Film Center at 1550 North High Street, Columbus, Ohio. Further details and showtimes online at gatewayfilmcenter.org.
The award-winning Cinema Classics is produced by John DeSando and Johnny DiLoretto. Listen to the shows and read reviews online at WCBE.org. This is Cinema Classics.
I'm Johnny DiLoretto.
I'm John DeSando.
This is Cinema Classics. How are you?
Oh, listen, a couple of good films that came out lately.
Yeah.
One of them called Hell or High Water reminds me that we have never talked about Texas Noir.
Well, I don't know why we would have. It's a very specific.
It is.
That's an incredibly narrowed down topic there. So it's understandable why we've never stumbled upon it before. Hell or High Water, great little, tight little heist movie. Would you call it a heist movie? Bank robber movie?
Oh, sure
it's a bank robber movie for sure.
For this noir, you have to have something like a detective pursuing them.
Okay, got it. Yeah, lay it on me. What
Right.
makes a Texas noir?
It's a nihilistic morality.
Mm-hmm.
There is no morality.
Right.
It's usually down and out, low key lighting. It's usually a seedy detective,
Mm-hmm.
but it's evolved into any story you
Is
have.
Jeff Bridges a seedy detective in this?
No,
How does he fit?
but
there?
he is retiring and therefore very, very relaxed about being a Texas Ranger.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so it fits in that he's not your usual uptight detective. He lends a little bit of irony to it, in that he's so relaxed.
There's moral murk.
Yes.
And I like that. Yes, you're right.
Anyway, I think one of the best to come out in years was No Country for Old Men
Mm-hmm.
with Tommy Lee Jones.
Okay.
In the same way, pursuing
Yeah.
Anton Chelkin or whatever his name is.
Yeah, right. Yeah, what was his name?
Yeah.
It wasn't. You're thinking of.
I know, I'm
kid
thinking
from
the
Star
actor.
Trek.
Pursuing Anton Churgis.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yes.
With his air pressure.
His air pressure gun. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
Anyway, so that one.
Javier Bardem.
Right. You know, I was thinking about. Well, another one that came out recently, Killer Joe with Matthew McConaughey, where he plays a corrupt sheriff.
Right.
Or deputy or something.
Yeah, and that was just all took place in a trailer, didn't it?
It's
It's based on a play.
William Friedkin.
Yeah, William Friedkin directed. That's okay. You got to go back a little bit further to get some really good Texas noir. Do you remember Blood Simple?
Oh yeah, I've got
the
it
Coen Brothers again.
1984.
No Country
Excellent
for
choice.
Old Men.
Yes.
Blood Simple was their first film.
I think they had Emmett Walsh.
Emmett Walsh was the seedy detective, and he was so unctuous and sweaty and great.
Right.
And Frances McDormand in an early role. That is a nice little, basically double indemnity set in the Southwest.
What do you think, going way back, I was thinking about you and saying, would you consider HUD to be at all a Texas noir? I mean, the family and disintegrating.
Only because there's no crime. There's no crime. There's no investigation. There's no. It has noirish elements.
Right.
Definitely, we're wallowing in some moral ambiguity there.
Yeah. And the same you'd say for Days of Heaven.
Yeah, although I would not call that a noir either.
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There are some people who would suggest these are, and I think, as you say, there are touches of it.
Yeah.
Particularly in the cinematography and
we can definitely see in all these films the allure of the Southwest, the allure of the those wide open spaces and things happening against that backdrop. It changes everything. You take HUD and you set it in New York City or Chicago and it loses its push.
What I love is that you're really talking about a kind of existential flavor to all of this. And Zeke Hawkins, he's a commentator.
Yeah.
He said this. He said, "When you're out in the country in Texas, you're on your own."
That's a great.
Isn't that? And I thought that catches that kind of loneliness. Be whatever you are.
Yeah.
And usually in a noir, you're.
There's a little known movie. Came out in the 90s called Red Rock West.
Oh yeah,
with Nicolas Cage.
Oh gosh, good choice.
That guy, the director, I forget his name now. He had a little run of noir, neo-noir films in the 90s and then disappeared. But that one I remember being a nice throwback to, you know, like a Robert Mitchum picture.
Excellent. There are a couple in Texas, and then we're drifting into stories about Texas now,
Yeah.
rather than noir. But that's okay for me. There are a couple that some like to cite about Texas stories with that noir's edge. Easy Rider,
Okay.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Okay.
They were North Texas,
North Texas, got it.
and certainly they were pursued.
Mm-hmm.
But they were the stars of this. It's unlike, not like a bogey Maltese Falcon or whatever. Which
Yeah,
is,
yeah,
you
yeah.
Clearly
So
seen.
I see both of those more, well, Bonnie and Clyde more so than Easy Rider, but Easy Rider is more of a road picture.
Yeah. Oh,
You know?
yeah. They're not. And some. I even found somebody who was saying the Last Picture Show was the beginning of all of this.
Huh.
Yeah, which
Really?
I thought was really full. It's what Pauline Kael called Flatlands Anomy. And I love that.
Flatlands Anomy.
Right.
Yeah.
And so anyway, but it's about what happened to the Old West apparently.
Mhm.
You know,
Well, I guess you could say in some ways that's, you know, these crime movies that No Country for Old Men, Hell or High Water, these pick up in some ways where the Western left off.
Yeah.
You get a little bit of that taste, but then something a little more, probably for contemporary audiences, a little more dramatically appealing, I guess.
yeah.
And not to me, but I mean, I love it. But there is something about that setting. You know, I oftentimes, when life gets really complicated, I have this fantasy of chucking it all and heading out southwest,
Right.
you know, where things are dusty
Right.
and hot.
And you're on your own.
And maybe I can just pump gas at a filling station somewhere, you know, and life would be really easy. And then I rob a couple banks and, you know,
Yes. Yeah.
not worry about much. Drink soda from the, you know, the stoop in front of the gas station.
For some of our hardcore audience,
Yeah.
they could go back to 1974, and they would a bizarre kind of noir would have to be the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh man. Yeah. Now we're just shoehorning
I
movies.
know we
in.
are. I know we're doing Texas.
Yeah, yeah,
Really,
we're doing
we're not
Texas.
doing noir.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I think we ought to end with that.
Yeah, that's for sure. But anyway, yeah, Hell or High Water, not only a great Texas noir, but one of the year's best films.
Yeah.